In parenting myth news submitted by that fan, a psychologist suggests that the idea behind maternal instinct is a big lie.
Oh, let's hear this.
Psychologists?
Psychologists.
They're fucking dumb, dude. I graduated with psychology. Psychologists are stupid. Fuck my degree. But keep going.
All right. So,
Are they dumb or full of shit?
Both.
Okay.
It don't work.
Every single one, huh?
Especially Freud. Fuck Freud.
Are you a Scientologist? Huh? Don't they hate psychiatry?
Fuck Scientology too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
oh.
Keep going, keep going. I'll talk about this later.
Okay, so this psychologist who's based in New York,
Who's full of shit already?
yes, so she says that parenting skills aren't instinctual or genetic, that they are,
Parenting skills.
yeah, that they're learned, and so,
I agree, actually.
Same.
yeah, and so they're saying that
Sorry, dude.
love is innate.
Yes.
So mothers and fathers love their children as deeply as the other one, right?
Only when they
You don't,
behave.
you don't need to be a psychologist to know that shit.
So what the psychologist is saying is that the whole concept of like primal mama bond gives dads an out, and so there's this unfair division of child rearing responsibilities. And so they're saying that mothers do 65% of the child care and fathers are only 35%, and that's according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics.
So wrong. I do like 10%.
How do they do the percentages? It's like it's a 64% difference.
Right? Like, what is it?
What?
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, is there a scientist there fucking watching them work? And I'm like,
Or maybe there's surveys, and then like the mom
Like,
say
how
how
often
many
do you take it?
hours,
Yeah.
and then maybe the dad wrote how many hours.
Baby.
About to make another one.
here's the thing is,
get a room. I don't want to be in the middle.
because in most cases, right, you have a stay-at-home mom. In most cases.
Yeah.
So it's like, duh, she's gonna have more time with the kid.
I don't know if nowadays there is more stay-at-home moms though. I feel
Well,
like there's
statistically, I think it's still
even nowadays.
It's still big.
it's
yeah.
still majority. It might have shrunk, but it's
Yeah.
still not 50-50.
Yeah, maybe not in LA
Oh, maybe,
or like the big
true.
metropolitan cities,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you go to like Midwest, that's still a lot of.
It's still stay-at-home moms.
Even in big cities, though, according to clinical psychologists, it's still like a larger spread towards like mom.
moms, yeah.
Yeah, but like you guys said, it isn't as drastic as it used to be because they're saying that it used to be an 80-20 split in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. So now it's the 65-35.
So that means dads are being more involved.
Yep.
Yeah, more than before.
Yeah.
10%.
Good job.
Killing it.
Dude, my brother, he's about to have a second kid, and he's like, sometimes I come home and I'm like, I can't wait to just go to the bathroom and try to act like I'm taking the biggest shit.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, thanks. Yeah, I guess I want to have a kid now. Appreciate it.
How old is this kid?
His kid is almost 2.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally.
I get it. He's very normal.
When I come home, and I look at Gio's face, sometimes she looks wrecked. And so the minute I see her, I'm like, fuck, Taika wrecked your ass. I'm like, all right, come to daddy. And I try to like just give him all my attention for like the next 3 hours so that at least she could just chill and relax. I know how
Well,
crazy
it's 1
that
hour because you come home at 7 all the time. He goes to bed at 8, so it's 1
No,
hour.
sometimes it's 9 or 10.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
And I try to come home a little bit earlier if I can.
Okay.
Bart told me, he's like, don't text me after 7.
Yup.
Because
Family time.
It's family time for exactly 1 hour.
And you asshole texted him.
Of course I did.
No, he takes 6:50. He's at 6:57. He said, "I'm gonna text you in 4 minutes."
I did.
What a troll. But yeah, so the psychologist here, she's just exploring how, men or like dads, they should also take on more of the child rearing role and not just chalk it up to, oh, you just got mommy instincts, because that's not a thing, apparently.
Who does that?
A lot of people. My dad, whom I love with all my heart and soul, he never held any one of us as babies because he was just so nervous with it, and it was more like, well, that's the woman's job. Like,
Oh,
let
so
her.
a man holding a baby like that is weird?
Yeah, for him, he was just like, that's like. I'm pretty sure it came from his own insecurities. And
He
just
got
from
arrows.
Him, yeah. And just from him just being scared and not understanding that whole thing, where it was like he didn't hold us that way until we could start walking.
Dude, I've been there, man. Because I've held some babies before and felt like, oh man, it's so small and delicate.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop this.
Me too. I was there.
We feel that too.
Yeah.
Damn.
And her dad also never even changed a diaper.
Right.
So before, like,
You don't like shit.
I would go, like, if I'm spending the day at home, her mom would just come and go, oh, let me change the diaper. And I'm like, why? She's, oh, this is, men don't do these things. I'm like, I do it. I'm like,
That's
no, it's
dope.
cool. I'm like, I'll do it. And then even so for her, she was like, well, this is a
This is
weird,
new.
like, this is new. This is a weird dynamic. I'm like, call me a bitch if you want, but I want to change this diaper.
Dude, I was changing diapers at 8 years old because I had little brothers and shit, and my mom needed help.
I can't do it. My
You don't
mom
like
does
poop?
that. First of all, I held my niece at the bowling alley and she projectile peed all over my rib cage, like threw my shirt away and everything. But
Did
the
you stay at the
diapers.
bowling alley after that?
What?
Did you stay?
Yeah, we had to stay. We like just got there. My mom like gave me
Good
her
thing you're
jacket.
jacked.
Huh?
Shirtless and still look hella
It's just an
good.
excuse to take off my clothes.
Awful. But I always, when I'm babysitting, I let my mom do the diaper change. Like I can't do like the ass wiping and the all that wears me out. But I don't know
But
if
it's
it's 'cause,
different
like,
too when it's not your kid. Like I don't want to clean other kids' ass. Like I don't see a dirty diaper and I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
do that.
Nah.
That's true.
When I was a kid, I liked watching my nephews like get changed because they would pee, and I thought it was so funny when like they would just pee and then my cousin has to hurry up and like cover it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's like playing hot potato. I never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, what was I like 10 or something?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
makes
know.
sense you left. I couldn't agree with this article more. And I know you're against it because they're stupid and whatever, but I think it's, I wasn't, like, you're not, like, as soon as I got pregnant, I didn't just get all these, like, magical fucking formulas, like, in my mind where I'm like, oh shit, that's how you do it. Like,
They
I know how to
clickbaited me
parent.
though. They clickbaited me because
Yeah.
I agreed too. I thought the way that the title was, I thought they were just saying that maternal things is just not real. Like maternal instincts isn't real at all.
That's kind of what I am also receiving from this.
Yeah.
Is that maternal instincts doesn't exist.
They're also confusing the words, I think. I think there's maternal skills
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maternal instincts.
Yeah.
For me, I think maternal skills, you learn those for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But there is a certain like instinct that I can see because Taika's been in her for like 9 months.
Yeah.
That she is just way more in tune with the guy since day one.
And I think it's based. The way I view maternal instinct is more survival. So I don't see it as like, oh, women are just better like teaching children. I see it as like women see danger more than men can.
Or a different type of danger.
Right. And then so for survival, like I think just in general, women are more, they have empathy and they can see that the child is thirsty or know that cry means I need a change or whatever. Where maybe guys would know, but we don't spend as much time with kids, and our levels of what we view as danger isn't that as
Yeah,
much.
because you guys have to be working, so I guess you don't develop those instincts as
Yeah.
women do. But so this psychologist, she said that she discovered that within herself and a lot of her other friends, like she didn't feel like she had those mommy instincts, and so
Dude, does she give an example of
Does
what
she
a
have a
mommy
baby?
instinct
Yeah.
is?
yeah, she has 2 girls.
Oh.
So she's saying, let me see. Not really. It's
Oh, okay.
more like,
Cause like
No,
I wouldn't be
I see.
surprised if
Okay.
like Taika bangs his head, right, and he's crying. If there was a test and he came in to me and I try to console him, versus if Nikki did it, that he rates Nikki higher than me. And Nikki doesn't even have a kid. It's just there's these maternal instincts that like they just see the emotion, they know how to empathize. They go, I kind of know what this emotional being wants. Where I think because a lot of dudes are so logical.
But I think Steve would
they're
do
like,
the same thing.
Between Nick, you think Steve would beat Nikki? I think Nikki would beat Steve if.
I think so.
Okay.
Because there's just it's just a different level of emotional communication that a lot of guys are like maybe like oh, is there a cut, is there a whatever, but I think moms are just like it doesn't matter if there's a cut, I'm gonna just make sure he feels safe or something.
I also think that I pay attention more than normal people do, normal guys do.
Yeah.
Just because I just do that already because I'm an observant person.
Yeah.
Nikki would say I'm not observant, but I'm observant of people. But the point being is like Nikki can just sit there and play with a kid for 3.5 hours and never think about anything else. She's just playing with the kid, and I am like, I don't know. I can observe needs and things, but then I'm like, this is getting boring. I can't do this for long.
so I think the whole point here that I'm getting from this psychologist is like not necessarily focusing on the maternal instinct part,
But the skills
it's
part.
saying that it's not even the skills. It's saying like the duties, like men don't have to do as much duties because there's this belief that women have more of a maternal instinct, and that's like an unfair division.
No, I think that's bullshit. I think.
There's also a secret in guy society that we don't talk about much, but we pretend not to be able to do things so that
I
chicks
know.
will just do them. And I know that you guys semi-know this, but I don't think that you guys know this 24/7, 365 when we get away with it like fucking bandits.
Yeah, like the washing machine. You know how it's like the buttons are made for female fingers.
I'm like, oh wait, what
So
is
when I
it?
press it, it doesn't even really work.
I'm like,
that
is it
well.
hot or cold for your clothes? I don't know. I don't
What are y'all
remember.
talking about? Straight culture sounds like a goddamn mess.
I know.
It
What
is.
is it like
It
for
is.
you then?
Not like this. Like the games and the. I mean, I don't have kids, but I would assume we adopt or whatever. It's just gonna be equal. Like we're not gonna be worried about
You
what a
would think
woman
so.
does because we don't have to worry about that. We're just.
You would think so, because I heard. So I was listening to this podcast when our relationship was kind of bad, and they talked to this this lesbian couple where
They were gonna fix our problems.
No. So I was just listening to different relationships and their problems, and then it's kind of like a fly on the wall type thing. And then, so yeah, one of them took on the role of like, I guess the more mom, where the other one was, I guess, the more dad, in like the way that this psychologist is describing it. And one felt like she was underappreciated, and she was always at home taking care of the kids, while the other one wasn't as involved and stuff. So I was just like, oh, interesting.
Like they automatically
it
assume
happened-
some sort of like quote unquote
Yeah.
gender role.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so interesting. I forgot what it's called.
It's really just who's more interested.
exactly.
What are you thinking,
Exactly.
Ainsley? Like, how does that?
It just sounds stressful. I would
Lesbians
hope
sound
that my
weird, huh?
ideal partner
Those are his moms.
is my mom's more like both.
They're 50-50?
Yeah.
You didn't feel like one was more like.
Or talk to them. See if that's actually the case. That'd
But
be
Kingsley,
interesting.
are you ever as interested as somebody else in something? I feel like people have different interests in things, and that can include kids sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think that just there's a natural thing where like Nikki's way more into our cats than I am, and like you know what I mean. And I'm way more into like hanging out than she is. I just think hanging out's pretty
Hanging
fucking tight.
hanging out's pretty tight.
Oh, it's so sick, dude.
And I also think between the genders too, there's other things that they value more or will take over more. So like, guys might teach the kid like fishing or something
yeah.
or
How to hang out. That's professional fucking hanging.
or like whatever, and then I mean, it's not that women can't do it, but it's maybe they're not as into it. So then moms can teach this way and dads could teach this way and create a balance that way.
Yeah.